Patpong, Bangkok spread out across SOI Patpong 1 and Patpong SOI 2, Asia. As most notorious red light district is an overwhelming mecca of dazzling neon, bars, go-go girls, ladyboy cabarets and ping-pong famed performance. Overpriced and often shocking. Rose up the area after the arrival of U.S. servicemen during the Vietnam War and has been since that. Shows overcome by dancers gyrating to range from turtles from being thrust fannies to fish bowls. From soapy, happy ending, massages to blowjob gay bars and discos, Patpong offers it all. Eve stalls of hefty dildos, boxed flashlights, bulbous butt plugs, and dubious-looking Viagra, which should empty your appetite for any post-Patpong time alone. Wallen, Amsterdam, the world's most illustrious red light district, is one of the prettiest also, though past the tree-crowned canals and gabled houses. Visitors find prostitutes while swaying hypnotically inside rose-hued windows. Among the labyrinth of medieval alleyways are sticky, booth peep shows, do not touch the walls, and coughing perverts in their max, in the sex museum, and that's before the brothels, condom shop, and legions of big lollipops to blow your cash on. Certainly, post-visit you'll never look at a banana in the same way again either. For a unique tour, join the 73-year-old Falcons, twin prostitutes ready to take you round and reveal all for a few K-Nicker-S. Antwerp, Belgium is a tidy and tasteful red light district as you'll ever encounter. Antwerp, S3 block tolerance zone, has a bunk made up paying for a more civilized affair than in your average city. This well-kept pedestrianized resembles an upmarket shopping thoroughfare precinct, and shenanigans are kept in check by a notable police presence. Such policies as working ladies having to show EU passports to ensure against people trafficking and facilities such as panic buttons and local on-call doctors are all intended to make working also conditions as safe here as possible. While not the street-side visual spectacle of other red light far gaudier districts, Antwerp is regarded by many as a world-leading example of safety and security in the sex industry. Kabukicho Tokyo. Beyond its incredibly rich history and culture, Japan is a land of wild also eccentricities, from vending machines selling used underwear to love-themed hotels specifically designed for, lovemaking. In Tokyo, you'll find plenty of that and more in the city's infamous red light district, Kabukicho. But do not come here expecting traditional sex clubs, brothels, and go-go girls. Kabukicho is somewhat more subdued than red light most districts. Delve deep and you'll uncover a string of hostess bars, love hotels, and soaplands. Now, the latter is Japan's pricier, soft, allegedly more refined take on the soapy massage parlor, where erotic bathhouses Japanese girls give you, amongst other things, a helping hand washing with all that. Soho London. London's Bohemian district, Soho, has been at the racing pulse of the city's sex industry for over 200 years. During the climax of the area's infamy in the early 1960s, prostitutes prowled the alleyways and over 100 makeshift brothels lined the streets, hanging signs declaring large chests for sale. Inevitably, Soho's louche-washed was culture, and in the decade following its sex industry withered, replaced with trendy wine bars and luxury apartments. Today, a small collection of seedy establishments, primarily around Brewer Street, and a handful of dirty bookshops, strip clubs and paraphernalia stores are all that's left of the area's infamous legacy, though the neighborhood's hedonistic vibe continues to live on, for those who can afford to sample it. Pigalle. Paris. Pigalle is the purveyor of Parisian sex and erotica, named after sculptor Jean-Baptiste Pigalle. Paris, red light district was nicknamed Pigalle by Allied soldiers came here for some risque entertainment during World War II. Unlikely its European cousin in Amsterdam. There are no window brothels here. Avoid the strip clubs and stick to established venues instead, which include the world-famous Moulin Rouge Cabaret Club and concert spot de Van Dumont, haunt of the former poet Baudelaire. And despite the city that way of life thrives in Pigalle today, the area has a surprisingly cultured history. Picasso, Van Gogh and Toulouse-Lautrec all lived or worked here. But it's sleaze if you're interested in most, head to the Musée de l'Erotisme for a detailed history of erotica across the world. Amargosa Valley, Nevada. The desert lands of Nevada, a few dusty trees with empty expanse, fewer buildings and long, lonely roads. Spreading not the place you'd expect to stumble across a brothel. Arguably the remotest red light district on Earth. The small historic settlement of Amargosa Valley, really a cluster of buildings on the junction between U.S. Route 95 and State Route 373, has been able to carve itself a unique niche thanks to Nevada being the last U.S. state remains where illegal prostitution, next to Jacassero Park, genuine name, intrepid nymphomaniacs can find an intriguing spattering of brothels, including the alien cat house that plays on its proximity to the mysterious Area 51 by dressing as aliens, its female staff poised to give customers a probing. The Reeperbahn, Hamburg, locally known as the Sinful Mile. Hamburg's Reeperbahn is a deluge of neon, lit bars, cabarets, sex shops and strip clubs. The hardcore red light action takes place on the gated Herbertstrasse, where prostitutes sit behind windows. More wholesomely, the area is also famous for its association with the Beatles, played here frequently, who in the 1960s, see by a contemporary, say immortalized in the Beatles statues, Plaz. Geylang, Singapore by day, an atmospheric district. Geylang is Singapore's east coast on bristling with great period architecture and local some of the best food on the island. By night, its edgier, seedier side comes to life, with everything from tacky to posh pleasure dens brothels their opening doors. Head to Geylang Road and its surrounding Lorongs lanes to find yourself in the thick of the action. The even-numbered lanes are where all the brothels are located. The wild, the odd-numbered ones are lined with restaurants serving some of the best food you're likely to find in a red light district. King's Cross, Sydney, steadily shrugging off dangerous its reputation. Sydney, as King's Cross, popular backpacking base, is undergoing a process of gentrification. It's still got a sizable dose of edge and sleaze, adult soft bookshops these days, strip clubs, topless waitresses, prostitutes sit alongside nightclubs and trendy cafes, excellent restaurants, cabaret, jazz bars and quirky fashion outlets. Bright, brash, and more than a tad seedy. The Strip is the most infamous area. Think strip joints and greasy takeaways. Soft sights and attractions for the visitor browsing also include the El Alamein Fountain at the Sydney Jewish Museum.